Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ravished, a romance novel and movie review. I'm Nick,
And I'm Donna.
and suddenly, episode 8, Infinite
Yay!
Possibilities. That means only 2 more episodes left until we wrap up season 1, and it really has been an exciting and joyous learning journey.
Definitely. Woo, episode 8. It feels good, and I'm so glad to be doing this podcast with you.
Oh, that's so sweet. I feel the same, and it's only going to get better from here. So we decided episode 10, the last episode of the season, will be listener's choice. So make sure you send in your recommendations. And next season, we're planning on inviting some guests to co-host with us and authors who are interested in sharing their books with all of us.
Yes, stay tuned and make sure you send your recommendations for episode 10 to Twitter or our Instagram at Ravished Podcast. Season 2 will be here before you know it. We also plan to do a couple of holiday episodes in the coming months to celebrate love at that oh so special time of the year.
Yes.
Can't wait. So, Nick, have you heard?
Heard what? What happened?
Hocus Pocus 2 is coming out September 30th. Can you believe it? It's
No.
literally been 29 years since the original came out and changed every Halloween forever.
Oh my goodness. That's my favorite Halloween movie next to The Addams Family and Beetlejuice. And Sarah Jessica Parker made that movie for me. And I had such a crush on that boy. What was his name?
Max.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the best part is the original Sanderson sisters are going to be part of it. Ooh!
Awesome.
I love this movie, and it makes my heart so happy as I eat candy corn and popcorn around Halloween time every year. Sorry for those of you who don't like candy corn. It's delicious, and the pumpkins are literally the best.
Barfaroni. I can hack about 3 original candy corns, and as far as those pumpkins, they're just way too sweet, like cringe, sugary.
Mm.
But oh yeah. Anyway, that's a timeless tale and movie I must be a part in watching as soon as possible. Unfortunately, I will not be reviewing my planned book for this week due to some scheduling conflicts. But Donna, I hear you have a real doozy lined up for us.
Yes. Unfortunately, this is not going to be a review of the third book in the Trap series that I've been hunting for.
Oh,
I know. But a few weeks ago, I went to my local Barnes and Noble and bought myself a copy of Do You Want to Start a Scandal by Tessa Dare. It's a Regency romance book, and this is where it gets kind of confusing. It's the fourth book in the Castles Ever After series and the
okay.
fifth book of a Spindle Cove series. So it's part of both series, which is, I've never heard of a book doing that, but that's okay.
Wow.
um, I don't think I've read any of the other books in either of these series, unfortunately, but this was honestly a good book. And when I was at Barnes and Noble, it was the only book that I picked up and was reading the back of. I was literally there for like 30 minutes looking at all these books in the romance section, but it was the only one that caught my eye and made me want to read. And by the first hour, I was already on chapter 5. So
Wow.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Sounds like it. So, when you told me about this book, I actually looked up a little bit about Tessa Dare since I've never heard of her.
Mhm.
And first, her name sounds like the perfect romance author name, ooh, Tessa
Mhm.
Dare.
Yes.
And next, she's actually very accomplished. She's a New York Times and USA Today bestselling author, and she's won 2 Rita Awards along with other writing accolades. So she's doing something right.
Definitely. She is very talented. Just from her writing style, how it caught me and drew me in, I really liked how she was writing. And on her bio on her website, It says, mixing wit, sensuality, and emotion, Tessa writes Regency set romance novels that feel relatable to modern readers. My kind of writer. Her
Yes.
storytelling definitely pulled me in and kept me captivated throughout the majority of the book. Like, I felt like I could relate to her character, even though we're almost 200 years apart.
Right. That's what I was going to say. That's good. You want to feel connected to the characters and kind of relatable. So, who do you think would be a fan of this book?
Well, readers who enjoy Regency romance, hello, me,
Hi.
and, and want a little mystery thrown in along with a few steamy moments, I think this book would be an easy, enjoyable read for you. It's
Okay.
pretty lighthearted, like my last book was, and I
Mhm.
definitely found myself smiling and even laughing at some of the scenes in the book.
Awesome. Yeah, it sounds like you're enjoying those drama-free books lately. And I don't blame you. I mean, it's as important to be choosy in what we read as it is in what we watch or listen to.
Yeah, I agree. We don't want to let in only negativity. I mean,
Hmm.
the book isn't completely drama free or what a bore, but it's not like there's all this woe and dread every 2 seconds, and the main character isn't constantly conflicted by self doubt. Every other word is, ooh,
Right.
what will everyone else think? Ooh, da da da. It's not like that. So I liked how it was pretty upbeat for the most part.
Nice.
So, are you ready for the description?
Bring it on.
Here we go. On the night of the Parkhurst ball, someone had a scandalous tryst in the library. Was it Lord Canby with the maid on the divan, or Miss Fairchild with the rake against the wall? Perhaps the butler did it. All Charlotte Highwood knows is this: it wasn't her. But rumors to the contrary are buzzing. Unless she can discover the lover's true identity, she'll be forced to marry Piers Brandon, Lord Granville, the coldest, most arrogantly handsome gentleman she's ever had the misfortune to embrace. When it comes to emotion, the man hasn't got a clue. But as they set about finding the mystery lovers, Piers reveals a few secrets of his own. The oh so proper Marquess can pick locks, land punches, tease with sly wit, and melt a woman's knees with a single kiss. The
Wow.
very impressive. The only thing he guards more fiercely than Charlotte's safety is the truth about his dark past. Their passion is intense, the danger is real. Soon Charlotte's feeling torn. Will she risk all to prove her innocence or surrender it to a man who has sworn to never love? Dun dun
Ooh.
dun. Do you think this may have been a book that you would have pulled off the shelf at Barnes and Noble to read?
Um, Probably. Nowadays, I mean, I like that real deep, like heavy substance filled
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But it seems like a sweet romance, you know, very
Yeah.
romantic and passionate and intense, like you said. So
Yeah.
I may.
I mean, I just lately have been wanting to stay away from the deep, you know, let's get into our feelings and into the what does this mean? I don't know. It just hasn't been for me lately, and I've enjoyed the escape of some more lighthearted books.
Right. Yeah, I understand. I mean, well, you're gonna have to get over that because my next book is pretty heavy. So balancing it out for you and
Oh,
me.
Lordy.
All right.
Aye,
So steam ahead, matey. Let's hear about this book.
aye, Captain. Right, the setting is 1819, and let's say this correctly. Nottinghamshire, England. Yeah, that ain't right. Uh,
Can I say it?
sure.
Okay. Nottinghamshire, England.
We don't know. Again, still, Bridget Jones taught us nothing. Uh,
Speak for yourself.
our female lead is Charlotte Highwood, and our male lead is Piers Brandon, Lord Granville.
From the book description, it doesn't seem like these two are a likely match. So, how did they get thrown together to potentially get married?
Well, thank you for asking.
Welcome.
Book starts from Charlotte's perspective. Literally, this is how it starts. It's during a ball at a house party, like was said in the description, and she's creeping down the hallway, following Piers into the library.
Okay, so from what you've told me about Regency era romance, that sounds like she's trying to trap him into marrying her or something. But she doesn't want to marry him from what the book description was saying. So,
Very good observation.
thanks.
So, a little backstory. Charlotte's mother is very obvious in her attempts to throw her daughter to a rich, titled man because she
Mm,
wants her daughter to have a secure future. I mean, what mother wouldn't? However,
right,
even though her intentions are good, she pretty much doesn't want Charlotte to have to struggle the way she did when Charlotte's dad died. It was really rough on her trying to,
right.
raise her children. But even though it's good intent, all of her rash attempts to make Charlotte like married to somebody makes her actually a joke of the town. So she
Mm,
gets this nickname Charlotte the Harlot because of how desperate some of the incidents look to other people. They don't know her mom is like creating all these messy, I don't even know what to call them, uh happenings.
yeah. I mean, yikes, mom. Stop it.
For real, moms across time embarrass their daughters.
It's true.
So, because of all of this, scandal that's been attached to her name, Charlotte feels compelled to warn Pierce. So, she wants him to know, since he's very eligible and single and high ranking, like her mother is looking for, she wants Pierce to know, I don't have any intention on marrying you. Stay away from me. We can make a plan where you go to this function and I'll go over here. So we're never even together
Wow.
because I have plans. I don't want to get married. I want to travel the continent of Europe with my friend Delia, and that has nothing to do with you. So she's trying
Wow.
to
Okay.
save him.
Yeah. So she's pretty much trying to save him from her mother.
Yes. Kind of like how we try to save our husbands from our mother.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Just kidding, Mom.
She
We
loves
love you.
them a lot.
They love her too. She's crazy. Uh, so Charlotte's putting in a very bold effort trying to save Pierce.
Hmm.
However, while they're talking, someone is trying to walk into the library. And luckily, Pierce and Charlotte have enough time where Pierce grabs her and they jump on this window seat. And there's a curtain, and he closes the curtain around them. So the people
Okay.
walking into the library don't have any idea they're there. And they start making love.
Oh my God. How awkward and scandalous.
Oh, yes, especially, Charlotte's a virginal young lady. So she's very uncomfortable.
I bet.
And whenever the two lovers are done, Charlotte and Pierce, it would make sense for them to hurry up and get their butts back to the ball. But they start talking about who they think it could be. And of course, in walks someone else, which happens to be Edmund, Delia, Charlotte's best friend's younger brother, because his parents are the ones hosting this, house party. He
Hmm.
comes into the room and he creates this huge, loud commotion saying that Piers was trying to murder Charlotte because he insists the noise that he heard was of someone almost dying. The love making noises from earlier. He thought that
Oh
was,
my God.
yeah, so awkward. And because he makes such a ruckus, Edmund's father, Sir Parkhurst, and Charlotte's mother who, aka, couldn't be more proud of her daughter for snagging a Marquess, walk in, and it's a big deal.
Wow, clearly a huge misunderstanding.
That's what Charlotte's trying to say, but no one will listen. And before anyone can discuss anything, Pierce blurts out that he and Charlotte are actually going to get married.
Wait, what? Why would he do that?
Well, small spoiler, one of the secrets Piers has is that he's actually a spy for England.
Oh my goodness.
He was actually in Sir Parker's library to make sure he didn't have any secrets that could be embarrassing to him before England trusts him with this like critical mission in Australia.
Oh, so Pierce was making sure there's no dirt on Sir Parkhurst that could be used against him like blackmail if he takes his important job.
Yes, except, even Sir Parkhurst doesn't know about Pierce's affiliation with the government as a spy because it's a secret. So Pierce has to hide his tracks and he jumps on this story that he and Charlotte were actually having an affair. And he thinks, might as well settle down. She's pretty enough and she was funny enough to have conversation with. So why not?
Okay, yeah, he sounds real romantic.
Right? What a knight in shining armor.
Jeez.
And surprise, surprise, Charlotte doesn't want to play along. She wants her freedom. Yes, ladies. She planned on traveling Europe with her best friend, and all of this would ruin everything for her and Delia.
Right.
Also, I mean, she wants to be married for love and be happy, not stuck in what she thinks a loveless marriage will be. Prison, hello.
For sure. And I'm assuming she goes kicking and screaming all the way along the book.
So that's definitely her plan initially. She figures if she can discover the identity of the actual lovers who met in the library that night, that she and Pierce would be able to be free and go about their lives and put all this behind them. However, Pierce would rather her marry him. He's not really helpful with her pursuits of discovering who the lovers were, but he joins her and some, passion begins to spark between them because he just stays by her side like a weirdo.
Yeah, I mean, for a time in the world where men and women couldn't be alone together, I'm sure they grew quite close.
Definitely. Charlotte begins, of course, to fall deeply in love with Pierce, and he keeps his walls up literally until the very end, and she is very frustrated. He does, have a couple scenes where he becomes vulnerable, though. Randomly, for instance, Charlotte gets a breakfast tray sent to her room, and it has this pretty purple flower on the side of the tray that she touches, but actually it was a poisonous plant and that causes her to go in a coma. And Pierce is terrified because he's the one who finds her in the hallway passed out thinking she's about to die. And as soon as he sees her like that, he runs to get the best doctors, and then without even saying anything to her publishes their engagement in the newspapers and goes and gets them a marriage license.
Dang. Without her knowing about it?
Yeah, she had no idea until she woke up from this coma. And she felt, she was getting her cake and eating it too, because she got to enjoy Pierce and his kisses and cuddles and loving. But then she was also like, well, if I discover this mystery, I'm still going to get to go hang out in Europe with my bestie. But
Yeah, I mean, I think Pierce doesn't realize he actually really cares for Charlotte. And this is him trying to find a way to protect her by making sure she stays close to him. That's what it
for
seems like.
sure, yeah. When it comes to love, I mean, especially for men and especially Regency romance novels, it seems like it takes a while longer for them to get it.
Yeah. I mean, in
Yeah,
my last book, it was the woman though. So
true. I remember it
like,
was
wake
harder
up,
for
girl.
her.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Usually it's the other way around.
Yeah. So the majority of the book, obviously, is about Charlotte trying to discover the identity to the secret lovers while falling for Pierce. But also, like I said, she's almost killed. So she's also trying to discover who could have poisoned her. And all that's so exciting, of course, until the very end. Blah. When the two lovers are unmasked and the poisoning ends up actually just being a huge accident.
Oh, so all that build up and it wasn't the ending you were looking for?
Yes, I mean, even in the, book description, it says real danger. It wasn't real. So that was like, what? I mean, I was so sucked into this book and the reality that Tessa Dare created, but the end, for it not to be a fun, action-packed, or like actual nefarious plot happening in the background, like someone
Hmm.
really trying to murder her because he's a spy and he loves her. But it's just a simple explanation for all the things that happen. It was like, wah, wah, wah.
Yeah, like it dudded out at the end. That's disappointing.
hmm
Did you think their love story was believable though?
I think the characters were actually very compatible. I liked how she wrote each of them as a person.
Yeah.
Um, and I truly enjoyed their romance. So yeah, I think it was believable, but towards the end of the book, it just seemed a bit lacking.
Oh, so the whole book except the end was good?
hmm
That's a bummer. But okay, so what do you rate it out of 5 stars?
I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Amazon rated it at 4.5 stars. It is a really well written story and it has so many great elements. Nothing is like out of the ordinary, but it was only enjoyable for me about 80% of the book. In the last 20%, it kind of seemed like a different author was writing it.
Wow, interesting.
Do you think you might read this book?
Not now. Just kidding.
Sorry.
Probably
I
not.
mean, she's seriously a
Maybe.
great she's a great author, so maybe a different one of her books would catch your eye because it was really good writing.
Yeah.
But that's my review of Do You Want to Start a Scandal?
It was nice. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Why don't you tell us what you have in store for us in episode 9?
Okay, well, it's a surprise again, but I can tell y'all it's got me fired up.
Ooh.
It's a passionate and brilliant novel with a pure romance, making hearts fulfilled.
Ooh, I can't wait.
Me neither. So, well, everyone, that concludes our review of Do You Want to Start a Scandal? Thanks for listening. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Ravish Podcast.
Yes, and be sure to rate, review, and subscribe on your favorite podcast platforms. Continue to tweet us and tag us and tell us what you want us to review. Remember, episode 10 will be a listener's choice. Bye.
Bye.